All right, what's up, YouTube? It's been a long time. I know. And I'm gonna try my best from now on to try to be more consistent with my videos because it's been a mad long time. And yeah, I'm doing laundry and everything, so I'm not really like, dressed to impress to stock these bitches in stress. I'm just playing. But I'm coming to you, as you can see on the title. This is about my journey at Foot Locker. I am now at Kids Foot Locker. I think I don't work there that often, just like part-time or whatever, but yeah, this is my journey with actual Foot Locker. So I started actual Foot Locker in June of 2018. Okay, so basically right after my 2-year anniversary, is just, yeah, it was happening a long time before that, but that was basically the final straw. So when I started, I quickly got moved up to full time around March of 2019. Yeah, so I was there like maybe 8 months. It was right before my year anniversary. I got moved up to full time. It might have been a little bit before then or right around then. But quickly after that, like 4 months after that, I stepped down because I got a job working for this company who does customer service and tech support for Apple. So I stayed at that job from maybe July-ish to November, but I wasn't feeling that either. So I went back. I was always at Foot Locker, but when I went back, like I left that job, they quickly stepped me back up, like immediately. So, we're in 2019 and we're around Christmas time and everything's going okay, I guess. And then the pandemic happened in March of 2020, recently. So we go on leave. And on leave, now mind you, before we went on leave, I was told that I was the next step. I went to him and I told him I was ready to be a manager because I had been asked multiple times and I turned it down because I don't work like that. I want to know the job before I take the job so it won't be no issue in the job, So I was ready. So then we went on, he told me I was his next step, and then the pandemic happened. So the whole time, because in my head I was thinking, yes, when we came back from pandemic, I was going to be a manager. I was putting myself on the front line. They was making it seem like it was mandatory for me to come in and do orders, and I was volunteering for more days to help them out when champs didn't have people. Like, it was just a lot. So we're doing orders one day and everything's going smoothly. Everybody's joking, laughing, having a good time, doing the orders, trying to pass the time at champs. We were volunteering, helping him because he didn't really have a lot of people to help him. So my manager is there, and of course I'm not disclosing any names because I don't want nobody to be like on some, oh, she's battering. If you know me, then you know these people, and it's nothing else need to be said. So basically he was like, oh, well, I have been interviewing people and for your old position, which was a full-time cashier. And she was like, the person he interviewed apparently said that she didn't want nothing less than an assistant manager, which I found very odd because if you're the one hiring, then they don't have a choice. If whatever you have available is what you have available. So he was asking me how I felt about it, and I was like, well, it's your store. You do whatever you want. Whatever I feel obviously doesn't matter because if it did, you wouldn't have made the decision you made. So we're going to fast forward. And, before I fast forward, so to that story, the next day, he was supposed to work with me and doing orders too, and he didn't show up. He called another manager to do it because I guess that's just his personality. He knew he was wrong. The other store manager was at the time was like, oh, you mad shady for that because that girl deserves that position. And people was having my back. So I guess he felt some type of way and got somebody to cover him the next day. So we're going to fast forward to 2 days before we opened up. We opened back up. I think it was like May 16th or May 17th of 2020. So we was closed for like 2 whole months. So 2 days before we open back up from the pandemic, I get a phone call from my manager, and he was like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and promote you to assistant manager. You deserve it. I really feel like you should have it. That's what the district wants, blah 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 blah. But I already knew what it is. We're on a hiring freeze. We couldn't bring in outsiders because we were just coming back from the pandemic. So I wasn't dumb to the facts, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But my position of being a manager only lasted for about a month and a half. So the other assistant manager was like my friend. You know, we wasn't enemies or nothing like that. We were actually friends. So he just was lazy and he wouldn't do his job. And then he started acting funny and snobbish towards me. And I just was not having it. You know, he tried to come and belittle me in front of a customer and wanted to get a rise out of me. But I was not going to let that happen. Usually my temper does get the best of me, but I wasn't having it, you know. And so he text messaged the store manager at that time, well, the store manager of that store, and was like, whatever he said. So I get a text message shortly afterwards, and he's like, oh, we need to have a team meeting about respect and how we could change stuff, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I am pissed and I am livid. But because before all of that, the boy was being lazy. He was not coming in early like we was told to do orders, and that was left me with doing every single thing myself. He was not doing nothing. He was just being lazy. Like he was staying there literally all day and staring his face and playing his phone and just walk around in circles in the store, and he wouldn't do anything. So I'm asking him, can you talk to him? Can you, you know, maybe he'll listen to you because he's not listening to me. He told me, oh, Raquel, you need to learn how to get along with people. I was like, what? I said, it's my friend. So how am I, what? I just want you to talk to him so he'll do his job better because he's not giving me the help I need. I am doing the job of 2 assistant managers and I'm only getting paid for 1. How fair is that? So that rubbed me the wrong way. But then when he texted him saying that I was being insubordinate on the floor, which was far from the truth, he was the one being insubordinate because he tried to come off on me sideways in front of a customer, and I wouldn't give him no movement because I didn't want to do the same thing that he did. So he texted him and told him I was being insubordinate or whatever on the floor, and he texted me back, oh, we need to have a meeting. But then when I told him he wasn't doing his work, and he wasn't coming in early, and I need more help, and can you kind of talk to him? And it wasn't nothing on no angry status or me trying to get him into trouble. It was just me trying to get him to actually do his job. He told me I need to learn how to get along with people. So at this point, I'm feeling like mad discriminated against. Really discriminated against. So, the next day, me and him was scheduled. Oh, my hair looks crazy. I'm getting it done this week. But we, was scheduled to work together the next morning. So I was like, you know, I was going back and forth. Like, should I say something to him? Should I not? Because I don't want him to come off and then this just goes left. But me thinking that our friendship was first and like we was cool, I just was like, all right, I'm going to say something to him. So I approached him and I was like, you know, I don't really know what your like motive is or your angle, but if you have an issue with me, you can approach me because I thought we were supposed to be cool. But whatever you're trying to do as far as being shady, it's not going to work. You know, you're not going to cause me to lose my job because you trying to be funny. So he's acting dumb like he don't know what I'm talking about. And the reason why I said what I said is because he did that to another person before. This is his MO. When he don't like something you say, he gonna try to get you fired. He acts like a female. So anyway, I'm like, okay, boom. He's coming off real like shady right now. And I'm like, we not gonna do this. And I tried to dead the conversation like more than once. I said, I don't got nothing to say. We not gonna do this. We not gonna do this. I'm trying to walk away from him. He's keep approaching me. He's keep trying to force me to talk to him. And then it just went left. He kept following me, and I had to barricade myself in the office. I'm calling the store manager like, can you get down here? I can't do this. And he's telling me, oh, I'm off. I ain't about, basically, he ain't going to do nothing because he off. So he calls the district manager when he could have solved this situation himself in-house. And they all act like they was on my side, and they quickly changed the schedule, and they all act like they was on my side. until the store manager thought it was the right idea to like come down on me about the dumbest things and keep talking to me about things that he's never brought up. Like, this boy could literally leave the back door open, and he has, and I have proof. With shipment that's not checked in for somebody to rob us, but you fussing at me because you don't like the way I put the shoes on the shelf. And I've been doing it the same way for 2 years. And it's never been an issue, but now it's a problem. So he kept coming at me, trying to get a rise at me. So I'm like, I can't do this. I was seeing a therapist behind it, and I was telling her, like, I just, it's breaking me down. It's giving me, it's emotionally draining. I had a couple nervous breakdowns at work where I just couldn't breathe. It was just a lot, So my doctor took me out of work for 6 weeks because they said that it wasn't a safe environment for me. But they didn't care about that. They didn't care about that. So when they had the little investigation going on about me and the boy incident, the store manager decided it was a bright idea to violate HIPAA law, and he discussed the details of my medical leave with part-timers, because I'm still very close to a lot of the part-timers, and they called me to tell me, like, I don't feel like this is right. We shouldn't know about nothing, even if it's false what he's saying or true. We should know about that, which is facts. That's the violation of HIPAA. So I contacted the people who was handling the investigation by email, and I was just like, he violated HIPAA law, and then I told them or whatnot. So one time, one of the situations that happened, I emailed it to the wrong person by accident, right? And it happened to be this HR lady that they said was supposed to be above the DM. But the thing is, that HR lady and the DM are very cool. So I emailed her that, and I know she forwarded it to him, because they're all in cahoots with each other. So yeah, I figured it out and sent it to the right people. But the funny thing about it is that all the things that this store manager did, nothing happened to him. And they decided in the end to give me a final write-up. But check this. Along with the final write-up was the code of conduct that they wanted me to sign. So I've been working at that job for 2 whole years, never signed a code of conduct. My bad, y'all. And they thought that I was going to be an idiot and sign it with the write-up. First of all, if they did not know, and this is why I hope somebody at Upper Corporate and Footlocker Inc. sees this, so maybe they can comment and reach out to me and give me some kind of contact to them so we can have a discussion. Because another thing is, I have been calling what they call a FVP department, and I've left like 5 voicemails and no one has contacted me. It's like they're all blacklisting me. Don't know if that's really true, but this is how it feels, because it shouldn't take that many calls, to get some type of response. And I've been calling them for days and days and days straight. So I was like, I'm not signing that write-up, because I never signed that code of conduct, and they're not going to try to blindside me and try to make it seem legit, because that's what they do. It's been sexual harassment cases in my store that has been swept under the rug. And yes, I'm outing it and not really outing it, because unless you know me, you don't know the location or the people that I'm speaking on. If you know me, that's just whatever, So they can't say that I'm tarnishing their name or anything like that. But this is facts is facts. I have a paper trail and everything that I sent in, and they totally ignored it, and they done nothing. He claims that they handle all parties involved, but if you'll let a dude sexually harass a female and let him continue to have a job with no write-up, nothing to happen to him, then what in the world? So yeah, that was just like my drama at Footlocker, regular Footlocker, I'm not gonna say it's like that at every Foot Locker because I have not worked at every Foot Locker. But you guys, the district that I worked in, when I say it's like really sucks to be a woman in that environment, because you are definitely not treated well at all. And the store manager has told a part-timer to stop being so bitchy and whiny. And this is the stuff that we talk about. They talk about sexual things. My bad, y'all. They talk about sexual things that's inappropriate, and it's not a problem to them, you know, because it's the man's world, and that's what we do. We work in a man's world. So yeah, that's my story about what happened with Foot Locker. I do really hope this video might touch somebody in corporate and they reach out to me in the comments and something like that to tell me the proper steps and what I need to do next, because it's becoming ridiculous. It's just really ridiculous. It's way more to the drama inside of that particular district than I'm really have time to talk about. It's a lot, you know, a whole lot. But until next time, and like I said, y'all, I am going to try to make more consistent videos. This was just a story time about Foot Locker. I do have a ton of shoes that I want to show y'all. VaporMax, the new VaporMax with the retractable strings. Like, I want to show you. I got 2 pair of those. Some 97s that's really dope. The Lucky Green 13s, the blue and white 14s. Like, I just got a lot to show y'all. So until next time, y'all, over and out.